Affirm
solemnly affirm
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
touching the matter in issue
touching the matter in issue
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So do I affirm.
So do I affirm.
Thank you.
Honorable Minister, on exactly a year ago, on the 9th of July 2025, you appeared in Parliament to answer a question posed by Honorable Reverend Jordan Timfojo, the Member of Parliament for Asin South. It was an urgent question. So I will read the question to you, and you will go ahead and answer the question. Because in your answer, you said, I can assure that we are, and then you continued. The question is, Mr. Speaker, that's the urgent question. Mr. Speaker, I beg to ask the Minister for the Interior what steps the ministry is taking to reclassify Narcotics Control Commission as a security and intelligence agency, given their crucial and sensitive mandate as a drug enforcement agency. Honorable Minister, we want to know, you assured the House of certain steps that you will take, because you said you were taking some steps to do that, and you gave us an assurance. Want to know where you have reached, the updates. Have you been successful? Have you been successful? And what is it that you have done and why you had to do it?
To the specific question that was asked, yes, Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to say that everything that we did give assurance has come to fruition, except the leg that has to do with the Constitution, because the constitutional review is not yet done. Mr. Chairman, if you take the most recently passed act from Parliament, Act 1168, that's the new Security and Intelligence Act, Act 1168, you see clearly now the Narcotics Control Commission is part of the national, is part of the almost all the security architecture. I want to also say that whether from the district, from the region, and at the national level, it's already captured adequately there. And then at the constitutional level, we've also made a lot of strides. We wrote to the Constitutional Review Committee, and I don't know if you have a copy of the Constitutional Review Committee's report. You'll see that they have reported that they've reclassified it. So we are just waiting for the constitutional amendment and it will be firmly there. So far as we are concerned, this narcotics control used to be part of the police, just as the immigration, and many of them used to be part of the police. So it was subsumed under the rule of the police. Like today's CID, others are arguing that the CID has grown so big that why are we not even going to allow it to stand on its own? But we are not there yet. So narcotics issues were dealt with as part of the police. As a country was growing, and we had already promulgated the 1992 Constitution, that did not anticipate that gradually narcotics control will be standing on its own. So when we started the Narcotics Control Commission, it was started as though, yes, it has to be independent, but because the Constitution has not mentioned it, let it be as it is. And Chair, it may interest you to know, since the day that they were created, and especially their act that established them, mandated them to be able to wield arms. So they wield guns, they do search, they do arrest, they are able to, they do intelligence, they do almost all the things that others do, except that they have not been classified as a security agency. So we thought that this was an abnormal, because you can't be authorized by a parliamentary act to wield guns, and yet you are not classified as a security agency. So we took steps to make sure that we normalize this. So yes, currently there's virtually nothing that they don't do. By the grace of God, since we even came in the past 18 months, we've been able to work with the Attorney General's office to give them the prosecutorial powers. so that they can even prosecute their own cases, just as the police do. So today, if there are narcotic issues, they no longer carry it for Attorney General to prosecute on their behalf. The Attorney General graciously, my colleague Honorable Dominic Ayini, saw the need when we made the argument to train them and designate them and give them the mandate to be able to do that. So yes, because of the role that they are playing and the work that they are doing, they wield guns, they do intelligence, they do arrests, they do confiscation, they do all the, and now today they even do prosecutions on their own. That is why we thought that it was even long overdue that this should have happened much longer. But thank God, late but never. We say better late than never. At least now, when you take the Security and Intelligence Act, they are firmly stated. So at the District Security Council, they will sit. At the Regional Security Council, they sit. At all levels, they sit. They are part of the JIC, what we have as our entire arrangement that you are very familiar, Joint Intelligence Committee, they sit there too. So they are fully already working as such. And interestingly, the Director General now is a 2-star general. So